Hey guys, good afternoon. I am here with my class and I want to show you a little bit of what we're doing. So in the gardening course that I've been telling you guys about, we have a community service project where we're taking all of the lessons that we're learning about gardening and we're going into a local Guatemalan family's land and essentially building them a garden. So we have been working since this morning. It's been a lot of hard work, a lot of shovels and pickaxes. In fact, let me show you what we got going on here. So this was just a rough patch of earth, kind of like how this one looks, just like nothing. And then here we've been turning it into these garden beds and digging one of these. This is called a dry stack wall. So this is gonna be a place where we're gonna plant some like perennials, like trees and stuff. And then this space here is gonna be annuals, so like planting food. So we're creating these spaces here using these stones to create these like garden beds. And it's not so bad now, but we pretty much all have blisters now. One thing about this land here in Guatemala, you notice all these mountains, and maybe you've seen in some of my other videos, the lake is surrounded by volcanoes. This is a very volcanic landscape, which means that it is full of so many stones. In fact, let me show you a little more. We have so many rocks, so many stones. In fact, one thing I was doing earlier is just like moving a ton of rocks. And yeah, it's been super tiring. In fact, after we got back, so this is the local family. This is their land. And this is a family who has been identified as they want the garden and they're willing to take care of it. And so this is like our class project, which is pretty cool to get this like hands-on experience. And yeah, so yeah, hey Kim Dan caught me live. So yeah, so we broke for lunch and these guys. We broke for lunch, and after I was so tired. In fact, I had to just like take a minute to chill because my body was like, no, and it was, sometimes it's hard. It's like you want to push yourself, especially like keep up with other people, and I just had to be like, I need a minute. And I was thinking about that, like, what if we lived our lives where we like really listen to our bodies and like listen to our limits and act within our limits. So I laid down for a little while, and then I came and caught up with my friends and dug more trenches, and so yeah. Does that soil have the gut bacteria to kill mosquitoes? Yannick, I have no idea about that. We learn all about soil and how healthy bacteria in your soil is so important for healthy food. In fact, I would say that's one of the contributing factors to why so many people are sick these days, is that the soil that our food is grown in is not healthy. It doesn't have healthy life in it, and so that translates to our food, and that food that we eat translates to our health. So it's really the more I learn about this stuff, the more I'm like, oh wow, it's a no-brainer why so many people are like sick and suffering in the world. Because the food, because what we got this great quote. It's like, that saying, like, you are what you eat. It's like, yeah, almost. You are what you eat, but more so you are what your food eats. Yes. So, right, Neil?
That's what I always say.
Tell us, what does that mean to you, Neil?
It means that your food is, like, a plant is a composition of sunlight, carbon dioxide, and then the minerals and nutrients and microorganisms that are in the soil account for a large part of the plant. And if it's being fed on living soil full of compost and organic matter and all that good stuff, that's hugely different if it's being fed on pesticides and chemicals.
So it's like no wonder people are so sick, because we have a system of growing food that's just like, it's just poisonous.
It's poison. The interesting thing is the same companies that make medicine also make agrochemical products, so you can draw your own conclusions from that, people.
So one of the best things that we can do is
grow food and meet our needs in a way that's good for everything else, like birds and bees and insects and wildlife. That's what permaculture is, basically.
and not just like the bottom line. It's like we have a system today that's like driven by profit and like producing at like no matter what cost, no matter what expense, just like pump chemicals.
They call
into
those
it.
externalities in business. Like an externality is something that like you can remove. It's like, oh well, we're making this much profit, and an externality would be the fact that we're like killing the river that's next to us.
Ah, don't worry about it.
It's not important. It's important.
It's important. It's important. So this is pretty good. Can you tell us what we're planning on doing here? So we dug these garden beds, and what's going to happen next?
Yeah. So now we need to get. This soil is quite rocky and hard, but we need to get a bit more of a depth on this bed. I'm figuring out the best way to do it, and then we're going to like fill this bed in with lots of nice organic matter, inoculate it with microorganisms, and put all the soil we've sifted on top of it.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Awesome. I really can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do this on my own land. I'm thinking even of a project I want to do at Karuna.
I don't think we're getting...
I'm grateful that I don't have to do all the manual labor myself because it's very tiring. And that's one thing that's kind of great about being here in Guatemala is that you can give opportunity to able-bodied young men who are very, very good at working with stones and working this land. And so I'm just excited to finally like really have an idea of like how to actually do this. And I think that's what's been, you know, it's good to seek out knowledge like this and to really get the education just to like demystify, you know? It's like things don't have to be so complicated once we like gain a certain amount of like literacy in a way, like ecological literacy. So, oh my God, Linda, that's crazy. Yeah, Elizabeth, you know, we have been living and buying into a system that is leading to our own destruction. So if we want to do things different, we have to like seek other ways. And so learn, we have to, you know, in the future, oh, they're having another course in November. If you want to start planning now to come down here and learn this stuff, November will be the next course. So I don't know, there'll be gardening, permaculture, all the good stuff. So in fact, I even had an aha moment yesterday that like I would love to get to a point where I can like teach this stuff. You know, if you really want to learn something, teach it. Hi guys. Oh, Tommy, you're in a blizzard. I'm so sorry, honey. Oh, hi Terry. Yeah, you caught me live. Cool. Dominique, you want to plan? Okay, honey, start. You know, Kelsey over there, she came from Chicago. She has been watching Brown Huskican, Casa Curitiba. She's been like watching this valley on Instagram for like years, and like finally decided to come and like jump in and like come do a course. So she like literally just like left her job in Chicago and just came here for this week to do this course. So that's something that, like you could do. Like if you're interested in the stuff that we're doing here, like you can do it. Elizabeth, you love the way I teach. Thanks, honey. You know, I think it's really cool to get really excited about a subject and really seek out the things that really excite you. And I think that's what I'm feeling is like this wonderful sense of just coming alive, just being so genuinely interested about what I'm learning about. In fact, Neil said something funny the other day. He's like, ADD doesn't really exist. It's just that ADD is really like you're bored and you're not interested in what they're learning, and they're like kind of keeping you trapped in a classroom that you don't want to be, you know. So nice. Okay, here we go. In these walls. We're all like,
wow, you're so smart.
Are there any other options?
It didn't change much. I'm sorry.
Okay. Here, let's just step up here. We'll take a look down. Here's the sky. Doing what sky does. Yeah, Chris was wondering if you were gonna see me today. Honestly, like, I've been so tired during this course. Like, we're just learning so much, and today is especially like a really just like manual labor day, and I'm definitely feeling really exhausted, and I'm excited to just like rest after this. So I feel like my videos are just a little bit slower right now, but you know, this is, you know, the reality of when you take time, invest in yourself and learn. Sometimes some other things have to go on hold while you give yourself that experience, but then when you come out, you're able to offer more. So I definitely feel that after all of this permaculture education that I've been having, I really feel like I'm now becoming a more valuable member of society, like a more valuable human. Like, I know about soil health, I know about fermentation, I'm learning about growing food and like making medicine, and like it's like if there was a, what's that thing where it's like the last remaining people on the island and someone gets like voted off because they're not useful to the group. I feel like I'm becoming useful to humanity as a group. So, yeah. Okay, guys. Oh, Marianne, hi, honey. I'm sending you so much love. I'm sending you guys so much love. Ow. All right, guys. Lisa says, Erica, can I take old potting soil and add nutrients to make it good again? That's a really good question. Hey, Josh, can I get you to answer a question?
Yeah,
So you guys
sure.
know and love Josh. He's amazing. So someone's asking, can they take old potting soil and add nutrients to it and make it good again?
Hell yeah, you can. That's recycling, reusing. That's a great thing to do.
So like, how would they add nutrients? Like, what does that mean? Like, how would you want to do? Like, if you wanted to amend some potting soil, like, what would you do?
Just add compost or any organic material, fertilizer. Typically, like compost would be really good. Yeah. If you have access to compost, or you can go to what's the Bunnings in the States, Home Depot.
Yeah.
Home Depot. Okay, yeah. Go to Home Depot and just get an organic compost from there. It's the easiest way to do it.
So what makes compost like a good compost, in your opinion?
That it is made of diverse organic materials. That's ideal.
And then like pee in it. Would you advise pee?
I would highly advise peeing in it. Maybe don't poo in it.
Don't poo in your compost.
You can
Pee in it.
yeah.
Go ahead, pee in it. Josh said pee in it.
But yeah, there's no bad compost unless it's like got chemicals and shit in it. But if it's organic material, like whatever, just wang it in there.
So organic material means like dead leaves. Like, what does that mean for someone who doesn't know?
Yeah, decayed leaves, could be kitchen scraps, manure. Yeah.
So someone could save their kitchen scraps and make their own compost at home. But what's the key if they're going to do that?
To get a good balance of carbon, nitrogen, air, water, and keep a consistent temperature. Keep turning the compost throughout.
Look how cute
I would
you
say
are.
the cop-out would just be Google it. There's so many simple tutorials online, like very easy YouTube videos. And if you're the sort of person that needs to follow a step-by-step process, it's good to see it written down. And there's many people who have written this out time before. Then the best way is by applying it in practice and just doing it, experimenting, seeing what works, seeing what doesn't work, but just have a go.
Lisa's saying no meat or bones. Is that true?
Yes, definitely true. Yeah, that's just an invitation for pathogens to come into your compost pile.
So we're trying to have
Good job,
good
Lisa.
bacteria, but not bad bacteria.
Yes, we want the positive, beneficial, aerobic bacteria to thrive in our compost pile.
You're so fancy. You know so much.
Well, gee, I've been doing it for a while now. I should know.
Yeah,
know
we
something or two.
arrived at the lake around the same time, and you've just been working at the farm the whole time. You're going to be teaching a course in Colorado in June, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so if anyone, if you want to learn from this sexy man here, Groundwork is going to be teaching one of these courses in Colorado. So next one here in Guatemala will be in November, but Colorado will be around June.
Yep, around June, yep. And it'll be a very similar thing. I think it'll be the exact same model of Sprout in that it's permaculture garden design. Following the basic lectures that we moved through, that's specifically focused on gardening. Yeah.
Let's go.
Awesome. You're like a traveling permaculture superstar.
Whoa, that's like pretty cool.
Josh, sign my book.
Maybe eventually, yeah. Great. That's a
Charlotte
dream.
says Josh is very cute.
Thank you, Charlotte. Thank you very much. Very sweet. Has no one like commented on like what's going on here yet?
I know, right? Ellie says everyone is so handsome and beautiful there. Yeah, it's actually true. It's science.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, handsome and beautiful.
Once
yeah.
you garden,
yeah. Look, Natalia.
As soon as
She's
you
beautiful.
start working in the garden,
Yeah, it's just something.
just get more and more beautiful. Yep.
Awesome, cool, thank you. So guys, so you know how I like to do it here. I like to leave you guys breadcrumbs. So if I have shown you something that interests you, go to Google, go to YouTube, and like just search and educate yourself. And if you want to learn from these guys at Sprout, They have courses here in Guatemala. They're developing an online course, and then also they're talking about taking the show on the road to Colorado and teaching a course in Colorado. So if you can't or don't want to come to Guatemala, there's that option as well. So that'll be happening this summer. So, all right, guys. Bah. Here, let's look around. Josh, Lisa says I love your braid together and that she's going to do that. You're an inspiration. Oh, hi, chicken. Okay. So yeah. So here we are. So this guy next door, this family next door is just doing corn, looks like. Okay. All right, guys. I'm going to get back to it. Oh, Lorraine, you're feeding the bees. Oh, thanks, honey. Brenda, Stella stayed home today. She left this morning. She probably went to go visit her puppy, and she didn't come back in time to come with me. So, yeah, so she's on home turf, which is actually not that far away from here. But I'll see her later. Okay, guys, I'm gonna get down there and keep helping out with the mission. Hi, Peg. Hi, honey. Look, Peg, I got a blister. It's all right though. Okay. Thanks for watching, guys. And what inspires you the most right now? Like, what would you really be excited to learn about? What is the answer for you? And can you go seek that out? Because I wonder how that would, make it come alive. I heard this great quote. It's, don't ask what the world needs. Ask what makes you come alive. Because what the world needs are people who are coming alive. All right, guys. I love y'all very much. Send you my deepest gratitude and blessings and love. And I will see you soon.